So today I wanted to do a bit of an updated home tour video for you guys for a few reasons. So it definitely is one of my kind of more requested videos that I've gotten. I did my initial home tour of my Korean officetel apartment when I first moved in and I was still in quarantine. And so I didn't have a lot of things by way of furniture yet. I've accumulated a lot more, as you can kind of see behind me, and I've done a lot more just in terms of interior design and making this place more homey. And so I really thought it was time that I come and show you guys everything that I've gotten, kind of how I've made this space my own, and maybe give any of you guys out there some inspiration for any apartments that you might be decorating in Korea or anywhere else. I've been super happy with this space. I also decorated it for pretty cheaply, which I think is definitely the way to go when you are working on a teacher salary here in Korea. Yeah, it still came together beautifully, I think. In my opinion, I'm a little bit biased, so obviously it's my apartment. And yeah, I just wanted to show that to you guys. And I will, for everybody who has not watched my initial apartment tour video, I will link to it here in case you want to go check that out and kind of see like the before and after. But in case you don't want to go back and watch that initial video, I will still be sure to kind of give you guys the original lay of the land and show you guys even the things that I haven't really changed so much since the beginning of my time here in this apartment. The second reason why I really want to do an apartment tour is because I have a couple of super exciting, super huge life changes and like big announcements coming up, I guess. And you guys will know the full story of that in I think about 3 or 4 weeks. I will kind of put out a video and explain all of what's happening, like all these exciting things in my life. But in the meantime, what I can tell you guys is that I will only be in this apartment for about 2 more weeks. And then I'll actually be moving somewhere else. So I also wanted to film this to like document my last few weeks in this apartment and to remember this apartment because I love it. And as excited as I am to be moving on to this next chapter in my life and to tell you guys about all these awesome updates that I have, it's going to be a little bit bittersweet leaving this apartment because it is the first apartment that I have ever lived in totally by myself with no roommates as an adult after college. And I think that every place like that just kind of has a little, you know, a little special place in your heart. And real quick before I start this video, I want you guys to stick around to the end because I will be giving you lots of information on the Mother's Day sale that's going on at teddyblake.com. Teddy Blake is a company that I've worked with before in my videos. They do beautiful designer handbags at a fraction of the price of designer handbag prices. So we all know that Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, they make gorgeous bags, but they really mark up the prices because they can, right? They have that name brand, so they're gonna mark it up. You can get a gorgeous bag, just like this one that they sent me, for a fraction of the price, and the quality is impeccable. So if you're interested, please stick around until the end of this video and I will give you guys a review of how my bag has held up for me as I've used it as my kind of day-to-day work bag since I've had it since December, yes. So anyways, if you stick to the end or if you check out the description of this video, I will let you guys know all kinds of more information about the Mother's Day sale they have going on from April 22nd until May 8th. Okay, anyways, on with the video. So without further ado, let's start this home tour. So we're gonna start back here in my entryway. It's a little bit dark right now. Let's see if I can brighten it up. My entryway is honestly very uneventful. It's very, very small. I'll turn the camera around so you guys can get a better picture of it. So as soon as you walk in the door, the mirror where you can check out your outfit before you leave the house is right here. And then you have this giant closet where you can keep all of your shoes. I have all my shoes right here. Some cleaning supplies, umbrellas, yeah. It's just a mishmash. Like there's just everything in here. Some old Christmas decorations right up there, toilet paper, cleaning supplies, paper towels. As you can tell, a little bit of everything is in that closet. It's kind of just my catch-all, which everybody needs in their house, you know? So the next place we're gonna come into is the kitchen. If I had to pick one drawback of this apartment, it would be the kitchen. Not because I don't love it, but just because it's very, very small. I have like a square foot of counter space right here. And yeah, so I mentioned in my first home tour that I would pull this out as extra counter space. Now it kind of just doubles as storage. I have a few bottles of wine over there. I have some bread, some produce, a chocolate bar that I've been slowly eating over the course of a few nights, and my air fryer, which I got, which is a game changer. And then up here now I finally do have a microwave. I keep my milk frother right there, and I keep my cutting boards right there. So I've made those spaces super, super functional for me, but I also just don't get quite as much use out of them in terms of like extra counter space. So I really have to make do with only the small counter space that I have right here. But it's okay. I really, you know, I figure out how to cook. I love cooking, and so I think that I will kind of make do in any kitchen that I'm in. But the whole thing is very new and very nice and very clean, which I do love. This right here is a pull-out vent, which is really great. So you pull it out, the light comes on, the fan comes on, which is super useful when you're cooking something and all the steam and smoke and stuff is coming up. You don't want it to get all in this apartment because it's a really small apartment, so you'll just smell everything you cook super quickly. This is the drying rack right here, which is right above the sink, and I have to say that's super well thought out and great. Next, we're gonna come into the bathroom. Hey guys. So yeah, pretty standard sink. I have this whole ledge right here, which I really love for keeping jewelry, for keeping perfume, for keeping toothbrush. I love that I can just charge it right there and just keep my toothbrush charging all the time. And yeah, more little trays that I've gotten for jewelry. Yeah, and this really great giant mirror right here, which does open up. So there's storage here, also storage there. So I've kind of managed to do like the best that I can with this bathroom. It has a ton of storage. And aside from a few bigger hair appliances type things like curling irons that I can't quite manage to fit in my mirror storage, I have been able to fit everything in here. So now I will show you guys the shower. So this is a huge Western style shower, which to this day is one of the absolute best parts about this apartment. I have plenty of storage. I still have never ever used both of those shelves. Just one is enough for all the stuff I keep in the shower. It has a rain shower head, which I now have a filter on. So pro tip, if you're moving to South Korea, get a shower filter because the water here is super hard and it will make your hair literally fall out if you're not used to it. So I think people who were born and raised here, their hair is kind of like immune to it, I suppose, but my hair, which is used to my soft American water, was not doing so hot with it. So your skin will kind of suffer and your hair will kind of suffer. So definitely get yourself a filter. The shower itself is just huge. So I really have enjoyed having the shower, and I love that it's a Western shower. Some showers in South Korea are just like the wet room style shower, and I definitely see the benefit of having a wet room style, but being from the US and not being super used to a wet room style, I have used them before, but I just kind of prefer my separate shower, Western shower type situation. I'm sure it's something that I could have easily adjusted to, but I just like that my shower is like my shower back home. It's super nice. So this also right here is super cool. This right here controls my whole bathroom. So the fan, the lights, all of that. So I'm gonna turn off my lights right now. And yeah, simple as that. So the next place I'm going to show you guys is my living room, which is arguably where the most changes have happened in my apartment since this last apartment tour. So this is my new and improved, updated living room, which I'm absolutely in love with. So when I first filmed this video, I had this rug and I had this couch, but I didn't have that chair, that coffee table, that side table, or that lamp, or any of the stuff that's decorating right over there. So everything I've gotten is from IKEA, except for that coffee table, which was from Coupon, and everything was also just super affordable. That side table, I think, was like 40,000 won, which is about 35 US dollars. That chair was maybe the most expensive. I think that was about 250,000 won, or about $225, something, you know, thereabout. And these pillows were like 2,500 won each, just like super, super cheap, basically like $2, even less. And this blanket is actually from E-Mart. So everything in here is super cheap. That lamp is from IKEA, but it makes it feel so cozy and homey in here. So one thing I really love about this new living room is that I have more than one place for people to sit when they come over. So they can sit on the couch, or they can sit in this chair right here by this lovely orchid that is fake because I kill all the plants that I try to keep alive. I just can't keep plants. So anyways, even one of my favorite things about being here is that I have more than one option for places that I want to sit if I'm going to be here and hanging out in my apartment for any length of time. So this chair right here is probably my favorite. It's just super comfortable. It's just the right height for my legs. I won't be keeping everything that's in this apartment when I move, but this chair is absolutely coming with me because it is my favorite. And I really think this coffee table has also made just a huge difference for me. It's really nice to have an extra space to put dinner if I'm gonna eat dinner in here, or put my computer if I'm working on something, or honestly anything. I love that I can sit here and watch TV. I can lay on that couch and watch TV. I feel like this living room just gives me a ton of options. And I often work out here in my apartment. I do Pilates or I do HIIT workouts, and it's super easy to just fold up my coffee table and move it, and then I can do HIIT or Pilates right in the middle of this living room with no problems at all. So I don't think that I've lost any kind of functionality for this living space, even though I have so many pieces of furniture in here compared to when I last filmed an apartment tour for you guys. So the other thing that is super, super different about this apartment since the last time I filmed is this wall of shelves. So you guys might remember, if you've seen the original video, how bare this was when I first moved in. But now I have a ton of stuff. So I have my last living plant, who is honestly dying. He's on his last legs. I have some tea candles here, which are all burnt out. I need to put more tea candles in them. But I have lots of candles around here. I have pictures of friends. I have me and my friend Izan. You guys know Izan. I have a picture of me and my boyfriend over here and our friends when we were on a trip to Busan. I have more pictures of here. I got that bag at Chanel when I went shopping to get my perfume, and the bag was just too pretty, so I had to put it up there. And a vase of fake flowers, a vase of dried flowers, and over here is a Lego car. So my boyfriend and I really love to build Legos, and so we've gotten like some little mini sets from the Lego stores here in Korea whenever we see different ones. This is a McLaren. We are also both huge Formula One racing fans, and so when we saw the McLaren, we were like, yeah, no, we have to get this. This is not a Formula One car. I feel like I need to make that clear. This is just a normal McLaren, but we love McLaren, so we figured that we should get the McLaren Lego set and build that. And then I also have this Childish Gambino, Donald Glover album that my sister got me for Christmas, and she sent it all the way from the States. It was so sweet of her. Next, I have an old Chanel perfume bottle. You guys can kind of tell how lazy I've been at decorating. I'm literally just putting old boxes on these shelves because I haven't wanted to buy that much stuff, and like these are kind of aesthetic, these are kind of pretty, so they've made the shelf. They're my decorations. And then for Christmas, my family sent me this picture of when we were all at Disney together when I was home back in last December, a year ago. That's one of my brothers, that's me back when I had bangs, my dad, my mom, my sister, and my other brother. So we're a super, super close family. When I saw this gift, I opened it and I literally started crying. It was so special to me. And then I have another picture and a card that my friend sent me to ask me to be her bridesmaid back in the States when she gets married in the fall. And of course I said yes, so I've kept that card. It's so special to me. And this cup, which I just got at Daiso, but I thought it was really pretty and I wanted to include it, so there's that. And then that basket is up there. So I've had that basket since my school sent me like a fruit basket when I first moved in, and I just kept it because it's great for storing things and it's cute. So yeah, there's that too. Yeah, so that's pretty much my whole living room. I'm just thrilled with how it came together. I think that it's super cozy, super comfy, and yeah, it was all decorated for a really reasonable price. So I don't think that it's necessary to spend a ton of money, especially in a tiny little apartment right here. And you can easily just spend a bit and have a super great comfy space. This is my desk area. It's a bit messier than I usually like to keep it. I have a ring light because I have been filming over here, and that is a box for a collab that I'm doing in a new video later down the road, so please stay tuned. I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I have storage up right here, and I have storage down there, and all of that storage has gotten progressively more and more full as I've been in this apartment. I've only been in Korea for 7 months, which is kind of a long time, but also really not that long of a time. And yet I feel like I've just accumulated so much stuff. And I've been trying to be conscientious about like being pretty minimal over here. And yet I've accumulated so much stuff. It's kind of crazy. So another really awesome, important addition to this apartment has been these blackout curtains. So when I first moved in, I think I showed you guys that above these curtains, right up in there, there's like a roll down shade that this apartment came with built in. And it really was okay, except that it's not super thick and it wasn't super light blocking. And down below me on the street, I'm not gonna show you guys because I don't want to give away my location necessarily, but below me on the street, there are some like blinking neon lights that stay on all night long. and I can see them through my window and they keep me up. I'm super light sensitive when I sleep, and so even something as small as blinking lights on the street below me will keep me up if I don't have good curtains. So one of the first investments that I made, honestly, was getting some good light blocking curtains, and I have been super happy with them. It was kind of an adventure to put them up, but thankfully my boyfriend is an engineer, and so he came and he did that for me. Basically, the lesson to be learned from that is if you can't hang something, just get an engineer to do it because they will figure it out. So super thankful for that. And plus, I just think that they add a little bit something extra to this apartment. They definitely make it feel like tall in here because they're floor to ceiling, and they kind of frame the window really nicely, and they draw in some gray tones that I have in the living room and on my bed. And so I've just been super happy with them, with the way they look and with the way that they increase my quality of sleep, which is super important. Aside from that, in my bedroom type area, which isn't a real room, it's just kind of separated by the shelves right there. Here's my bed. It's pretty normal, pretty standard. I haven't done too much to make it cute or pretty. I just have kept the clean white, and I really like my bed from IKEA with this like comfy padded headboard, bed frame. It's great. This is a great area. I always have like a glass of water here, and I charge my phone here when I go to sleep at night. So it kind of doubles as a bedside table, and it's really, really convenient. Yeah, that is pretty much my entire apartment. So it's very, very small, and this was actually like, it's rented for me by my school here in Korea. And I think it's pretty typical for most teachers' officetels here in Korea. I am really lucky because my school and where I live is a very new area, a lot of new construction. So my apartment is, I think, pretty close to brand new. I think about one person lived in this apartment before me, but I'm one of the first tenants to be here. And so everything, you can just tell how new it is, how gently used it is, and I've been super, super happy. It's also a really quiet building in a quiet area, and so I've never dealt with noisy neighbors, I've never dealt with noisy traffic. Like, it's just a really great, tranquil place to be. So anyways, I think that pretty much wraps up my apartment tour. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to see anything else in the future, please let me know. I would be happy to respond to your questions in the comments. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And before you go, I really want to go ahead and tell you a really exciting sale that is going on with Teddy Blake. So if you guys remember from my Vivaldi Ski Resort video, if you've watched it, if you have not, I will link to it here. But if you have seen that video, you know that it was sponsored by Teddy Blake, who sent me this gorgeous bag that I am still in love with. So I got this bag back in December, and I have been using it as my primary work bag for the last 4.5 months. So I've had this bag for a while. It has seen a lot of travel. It has seen a lot of use. I have taken it to work and put my laptop in it, my lunches in it, and I have to say that it has really held up so beautifully. Part of Teddy Blake's mission is that they do really high quality designer bags for a really affordable price. So where you might pay $2,000 for a Louis Vuitton bag, you can get a bag of really, really similar quality for a fraction of that. I think the retail for this was about $500, and it is fantastic. So it's super high quality leather. There has been no wear on the leather. You can see here, and I've used this bag, you guys. Like, I don't want you to think that I got this and then I just like kept it in my closet. I really use this bag a lot. And the bottom of it isn't scuffed or worn. The side isn't worn. The top isn't worn. I think sometimes you can tell a little bit when leather gets a wear by where it's sealed right here, where the leather is sealed on these handles. That will kind of start to break or rip apart, but no signs of that on this bag whatsoever. The stitching and all the places where it's gonna have a lot of, you know, heavy weight on it in the front and in the back is in perfect condition. So if you want to get yourself a really high quality handbag, I absolutely recommend shopping at Teddy Blake. I will link to their website in the description of this video, and I will also include the code that I was given to use in my first video that I did with them. And if you use my code, you can get, I think, something like 20% off of your purchase when you go to Teddy Blake. But the reason for this video is not to tell you about the deal you get through my other video. It's to tell you that they're having a Mother's Day sale that is going on from April 22nd until May 8th. So if you are a mother and you want to treat yourself, if you have a mother and you want to treat her, or if you're just in the market for a great new bag and you want to buy one for yourself, absolutely go over to teddyblake.com and search. They have all kinds of styles. They have shoulder bags, they have totes, they have crossbodies, they have clutches, they have everything you could imagine. So go and get yourself a bag. You will not be disappointed with the quality or the customer service or how long your bag will last, because this one has really served me well. I would love to get another bag from them in the future. And yeah, I have been super happy with everything about it. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video again, and please go check out the Mother's Day sale at teddyblake.com if you are in the market for a beautiful designer handbag at not designer prices. It is so worth it, I promise you guys. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned for the updates that I mentioned. I will be putting out a video really soon detailing those. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this home tour. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below and I'll get back to you. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.